our online classes. Today I am going to start chapter 4 from History Class 8 Craft and Industries. In the previous chapter we discussed about the company's administration, rise and expansion. And in this chapter we will discuss about the craft centers, Indian textiles in European countries, industrialization, the rise and development of modern industries, and progress of industries. After strengthening its position in India, the East India Company began to treat India as a colony. Colonial rule means a control over a territory, and started exploiting it. In this chapter, we will study the impact of British policies, particularly on Indian textiles. Let's start today's topic. Pre-British period. It means that the position of Indian textile before colonial rule. India was already a flourishing center of crafts and industry before the establishment of British rule. The cities had workshops, karkhanas, where several artisans worked from home. The rurals and wealthy traders formed a ready market for the goods and made by the Indian artisans. Craft centers. There were craft centers where different craft flourished over generations. Some of the main centers are Dhaka, Bharuch, and Madurai were specialized in making fine muslin and calico cloth. Muslin and calico cloth we will discuss in next topics. Surat, Masulipatam and Vishakhapatnam were famous for shipbuilding centers. Pune, Hyderabad, Tanjore were famous for their brass and copper ware. Metalwork, making of gold and silver ornaments, carpentry, masonry, weaving, tailoring, and stonework also flourished at various centers. Most of these crafts were well organized and protected by their traders and artisans. Now we will discuss about the Indian textile in European countries. The main varieties of Indian cloth popular in the European markets and in countries of Southeast Asia, West and Central Asia are: the first one is muslin. The cloth derives its name from the place Mosul in Iraq, where the Arabic merchants sold the fine quality of Indian cotton cloth. So Indian cotton cloth known as muslin, and they were basically the Arab merchant sold the fine quantity of Indian cotton cloth. This picture shows the Indian cotton cloth which is known as muslin. Next is chintz. It was printed cotton textile with multicolor produced in Masulipatam and Andhra Pradesh. The word chint the word chint is derived from Hindi word chint, which means cloth with colorful flowery design or floral design. So chint is a printed cotton textile. Look at this picture, friends. This picture shows the floral pattern and colorful floral pattern. So this is all about chintz. Next one is calico. Plain white unbleached cotton fabric was known as calico. So calico is the plain white cotton cloth. This picture shows the fabric of calico. Bandhana. It was bright colored printed scarf for the head and neck produced in Rajasthan and Gujarat. It involved the method of typing, dyeing the word. Bandhana has been derived from Hindi word bandhana, which means to tie. So bandhana is basically a bright color printed scarf, and for what? For the head and neck, and it is popular in Rajasthan and Gujarat. And bandhana word is derived from Hindi word bandhana, which means to tie. जब भी हम किसी चीज़ को बांधते हैं तो उससे ये word derive हुआ है. Next is patola. This cloth was produced in Surat, Ahmedabad and Patan. Patola cloth had traditional floral and animal prints, mostly in blocks. Look at this picture, student. This picture shows the patola cloth which was produced in Surat, Ahmedabad, and patola cloth had traditional floral and animal prints. Look at this, floral and animal prints. So this picture shows the fabric of and the design of patola cloth. Jamdani. Jamdani was a fine quality of muslin. Muslin was a cotton cloth. So Jamdani was a fine quality of muslin in which decorative designs are woven, mainly in grey and white colors. It was produced mainly in Decca and Lucknow. A mixture of gold and used cotton thread was usually used in its weaving. So look at this picture. This picture shows the Jamdani work, and golden thread and cotton thread is using in this, and the basic colors are grey and white. Next one is seersucker. Seersucker was a very light and thin fabric with stripped pattern. So seersucker, the cloth having a stripped pattern. Look at this picture. They have a stripped pattern and it is very light and thin fabric. So this is all about the main varieties of Indian cloth popular in the European markets and in countries of Southeast Asia, West and Central Asia. In next video, we will discuss about the decline of handicrafts, industrial revolution and rise and development of modern industries. Thank you, students.